Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Develop your relationship with yourself. Develop your relationship. Now, I'm known primarily for talking about relationships, male-female relationships, but I'm gonna tell you what, first of all, there's more relationships. There are friendships, there are the relationships with your family, even relationships with total strangers and how you deal with them. It could be a brief encounter, but that's a relationship just for that brief encounter, you know? But the ultimate relationship you need to have is with yourself. How are you treating yourself? Because, okay, when we're in a relationship with another person, regardless whether it's romantic, friends, parent, children, whatever, a big part of it is how we treat them, how we interact with them, how we care for them. Okay, and that's very important. But a lot of people don't have good relationships with themselves. Like a very basic thing in a relationship with yourself is cleaning yourself up. I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. I mean, how many times you see somebody out and they don't even have basic hygiene? That's a relationship with yourself right there. Just keeping yourself clean, How you feed yourself, that's a relationship. What kind of food you putting in your system? In fact, it's not a good relationship with yourself if you purposely putting in foods, and not just foods, but illegal substances that can hurt you. That can hurt you. I mean, you doing these things, it's going to hurt you. How are you taking care of yourself? That's a relationship with yourself. How are you taking care of yourself? And you got to really develop that. How you feel, your self-esteem. That's a relationship with yourself. If you don't feel good about yourself, that's not a good thing. If you constantly putting yourself down, because I've encountered many people in my life who will say, oh, I'm dumb, or I'm ugly, or I'm not smart enough, or, things of that nature, or I just have bad luck all the time, or I don't deserve happiness. That's not a relationship with yourself. If you looking in the mirror and you saying bad things, well, guess what? You're going to believe it before you believe anybody else. And then if you have that bad relationship with yourself, you don't care about yourself, you can't expect other people to care for you. I've spoken many times about not having that victim mindset. How you gonna talk yourself down? You don't feel good about yourself, you not take care of yourself, but then you expect someone else to love you. I want you to think about that. And I'm going to say you had a nerve to want somebody else to love you, to treat you a certain way. And sometimes people who don't feel good about themselves, they'll project that out to everybody else. They'll say, oh, they hate me, they all that. No, you hate you. You hate you. You don't have a good relationship with yourself. And that's the thing you need to work on. And it's tough. And yeah, you're going to get outsiders who try to contribute to it. You ignore them. You got to love yourself more. And this don't mean you being conceited and all of that. You just appreciate who you are. Regardless of how you look. Like a lot of people, they don't feel good about themselves because they don't look like some media image. Yes, I said it, media image. That's projected. They say, I don't look like that star, that celebrity, that model. And men and women do this. I don't like my hair color. Well, you know what? If you really take that makeup off of them and the good lighting, you'll find out, hey, they're really no different from you. And regardless what they do to make them those celebrities or not role models, but models or something to look good, you still look good for yourself. You got to appreciate what you have, Don't worry about comparing your nose or whatever to someone else, or, how tall you are or something. You are who you are. You just want to work to be your best. That's the main thing about having a relationship with yourself. You work to be your best. You work on yourself. You will take care of your health. You will put good foods into your system. You will take care of your mental health. You won't do things or engage in activities that can hurt you mentally. Even and really having a good relationship with yourself. Let's bring this around to the main relationship people think about, romantic relationships. If you have a good relationship with yourself, you are typically not going to get into a bad relationship. There's many people out here, men and women, who are abused emotionally and physically. I said emotionally first because that's actually more common, but emotionally and then physically by their partners. And they put up with it. They will put up with it. Only reason they doing that, they don't feel good about themselves. Because someone who feel good about themselves, they'll give that person maybe one shot. They will give that. Yeah, they might find them attractive at first, but as soon as they see, it's not even a red flag, it's a red handkerchief. As soon as they see a red handkerchief, they're going to be like, no, I feel too good about myself to put up with crap from this person. Seriously. And indeed, I would say that you got to feel good about yourself and have that strong relationship with yourself before you can have a strong relationship with someone else. I want you to think about that. Seriously. Because every single time, because, okay, I'm known for talking about relationships and been doing it, making money from it, talking about it, expressing my philosophies on it and my observations on it since the 90s. And the one thing I've always seen, male and female, whoever, when they get into a bad relationship or they do something, instead of blaming the other person, I can always see, I'll talk with them, done plenty of consultations, it's always something within them. It's always something within them. Even if it was just a mere thing of putting up with that bad behavior. Because if you feel good about yourself and you treating yourself well, you're not going to let somebody else treat you poorly. It's just that simple. But once again, it all starts with the relationship with yourself. And let's extend that beyond male-female relationships. You know, like I said, everything, even when you interacting with strangers, that's a brief relationship. You know, because y'all passing each other's, but there has to be a relationship there, even if you don't say anything to each other, so y'all don't run into each other or cause trouble. So you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention, you know? So you got to feel good about yourself in order just to interact. Because then when you don't feel good, like I said, when you don't feel good about yourself, that's when you get mistreated. That's when maybe some total stranger, you know, might invade your space or something. Because when you feel good about yourself, you're going to walk in a different way. You're going to hold your head up high. You're going to be more pleasant. And that's the key. And if you're in business, like I said, relationships, if you're in business, you're working on a job, you're still dealing with other people. Whenever I've been on different jobs, I always talk about being on 1,000 jobs. I always see when the people who have trouble on the jobs, there's always something within them. It's always something within them. They behave in a certain way. And that's coming from they not having a strong relationship with themselves. They might try to say something else, but that's the key to everything. So you want to develop a relationship with yourself. Develop it, work on it. If you feel bad about anything, address it. If you have low self-esteem for whatever reason, address it, even if you have to get a professional help. You have to deal with it. You have to work to improve yourself. But the main thing is, because your main relationship is with yourself, you got to take care of yourself. All right? So I want y'all to really, I know I always give a different message on Sundays. Y'all really need to take heed of that one. And you need to start now. Develop that relationship with yourself. Get to the point you feel good about yourself. If you need to put on weight, if you need to lose weight, if you need to change your style, you need to change your business, you need to get out of situations that's contributing to you not feeling good about yourself, you need to do so. All right? I want y'all to really heed what I'm saying. I want y'all to put into practice what I'm saying. Work on your relationship with yourself. So, y'all seriously think on that. I want everyone to keep rising. Peace and many blessings.